Introduction to Azure Synapse Client Library. Azure Synapse is a cloud-based analytics service that allows you to integrate and analyze data from various sources to gain insights and make informed decisions. The Azure Synapse Client Library is a set of libraries that allows you to interact with Azure Synapse from your applications. In this guide, we will cover the best practices for using the Azure Synapse Client Library. Setting up the client library. To start using the Azure Synapse Client Library, you need to install the relevant packages for your programming language of choice. For example, if you are using Python, you can install the library using pip. Once installed, you need to authenticate with Azure Synapse using your credentials or an authentication token. Best practices for authentication. When authenticating with Azure Synapse, it is recommended to use a service principal instead of your personal account. This allows you to manage access to Azure Synapse separately from your personal account and also allows you to rotate credentials without affecting your personal account. You should also use a secure method of storing your credentials, such as a secure key store or environment variables. Working with data. The Azure Synapse Client Library allows you to work with data in various ways, such as creating and managing datasets, loading data into datasets, and querying data. When working with data, it is recommended to use the latest version of the library and to handle errors and exceptions properly. You should also use the library to manage data types and schema to ensure consistency and accuracy. Optimizing performance. To optimize performance when using the Azure Synapse Client Library, you should use batching and caching to reduce the number of requests to Azure Synapse. You should also use the library to manage concurrency and parallelism to take advantage of multiple cores and processors. Additionally, you should monitor performance and adjust your code accordingly to ensure optimal performance. Security and compliance. When using the Azure Synapse Client Library, you should ensure that you are complying with security and compliance requirements such as data encryption and access controls. You should use the library to manage access to data and to ensure that data is encrypted in transit and at rest. You should also use the library to manage audit logs and to monitor activity to ensure compliance with regulatory requirements. Conclusion. In conclusion, using the Azure Synapse Client Library requires careful planning and consideration of best practices to ensure optimal performance, security, and compliance. By following the best practices outlined in this guide, you can ensure that you are using the library effectively and efficiently to gain insights and make informed decisions from your data.